The denial for Pays is kind of a big deal. Smolder! Oh god, okay, so BDD has been playing this very recently and finding a lot of success in solo queue. I thought it was kind of a meme though, but he's doing it. You know, they take away Aurelian's carrier. But Beryl has done it in the past, but he's also played Ashe, and he's got a decent skin on this champion as well. I believe he has won the last 2 of his games on the Smolder in the mid lane. See how it goes. Jump out of the rift.
This is going to be on him. Keen can try to neutralize this, but obviously top side will get less plate gold because of the lane swap protection.
Yep.
And Kalista Ashe can really put the pressure on this cannon. It's going to be hard for him to get XP. He's trying.
Yeah, trying to get into position for it, as Keen will just get bullied away.
Picks up some XP here, and
so BDD probably pretty happy with that right now, with a lot of pushing power in this mid lane. Smolder has gone through a bunch of different changes. Doesn't necessarily scale as hard as he used to, as Def not going to take any turret aggro, but is getting hit by the minions. He's only level 2, as now they're looking for the dive onto Keen. He's only level 1 though. That is going to be first blood going over to Pyosik. A beautiful dive.
I feel like I will give Perfect some credit because the assumption is Pays and Lehens have backed. He waits for a really long time. The Hawkshot also doesn't see. Oh, saw the edge there. Maybe he just wasn't looking, and even still,
oh man,
this is really
heartbreaking because he knew. They thought that they'd done enough homework to make sure that he's going to be safe. Oh, and it's not quite enough. Have that Mega Gnar, so that'll get a little bit of health back into the Gnar as Canyon moving in. KT not going to get caught by the Aqua Prison, as now Beryl going to have to flash. Needs to respect them, gets out of there, and that is a lot of extra pressure relieved on this bottom side, and they're going to have a bit of a niche pick.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, you know, there's only one Halo Blades in here. The Kalista not going to opt into that this time around. Oh, Canyon's here, seen.
He is seen. Glacial Prison is going to go down as Fate's Call will be claimed. Beryl looks for the knock-up onto Canyon, doesn't find it, but that is just an R button. In trade for this little gank here on the bottom side. He was up against the wall, so that sort of gives away what might have been happening. As the arrow, the flash comes through, but the arrow is still going to land. Now the frost shot is going to connect. I think this is another kill, and Deft will pick that one up.
Bit of a weird... We go to the mid lane, they keep clicking on Chovy. I just want to see the stacks. There's another arrow.
Yeah, going to be picked up by Chovy. Like you were saying, the volley going to connect there as well, as BDD wants to find a Q, and there it is! Flap, 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 and he takes him down. But it is a 1-for-1. A little bit of assist gold going over to Beryl there at the same time.
Oh, man.
Here on this bottom side.
It's Ocean again, which is, you know, really horrible here for KT considering the advantage they had. Worst case scenario basically is,
Yeah, that's a pretty nice Captain Jack there from Deft, as the arrow will connect. Deft gets the shield. He is going to go down, but will they be able to trade it? But Pays here as the teleport's coming in. Perfect makes his way down. Pays knows that he's dead. He's going to buy as much space as possible, but Lehens is also going to fall down. The Hypers are proccing, and this fish has nowhere to swim. Perfect's going to be able to lock down that kill. Pays is also dead, and they'll trade it for Deft.
Yeah. And Def can sacrifice some eco for that, as Chovy is going really deep here. Does not have teleport, and KT are aware of this, so they may lose an inner, but let's see if Gen.G can contest the Herald. That looks like a done deal.
Yep, Beryl is on a ward. Perfect taking a lot of damage from the combo out of Keen, but like you were talking about, I mean, this is just Chovy behind a turret right now, and that is such a huge gold influx here for Gen.G, able to take down an inner turret. You could tell that KT were making that decision intentionally. I just don't know whether it was the right decision to make, is now looking to try and fight Gen.G away from this turret. That is going to be successful, but Chovy's also looking to try and take down a blue buff. Arrow is going to fly on through, gets the Valkyrie out. Chovy just nowhere in sight now. He is going to be able to go back home with so much more money.
And push the Gnar, grab some gold. I mean, BDD's just stacking. As long as you could defend this turret at the same time, I feel like KT really give not too much here. It's just a solo Ocean Drake.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They are going to do exactly that. There's a flash forward, though. The slicing Maelstrom just does nothing. Mom comes down and says, nope, get the heck out of here. Beryl's going to be shielded up as Pyosik tanks as much of the culling as possible. And that is just Keen dead.
Perfect is still in the side as well. They're going to pick with the Smolder, you know? And it's a great play from Pyosik. Gets there, gets the smash.
His first evolution from BDD as well. Look at him. He's starting to get mad. He's starting to realize his power. And this Dragon might be able to do it as the Rift Herald comes down in the mid lane, and KT, they'll claim a gold lead once again or get very close. There it is.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's an issue.
Being able to make Kennen sleepy while he goes in with his big electric circle is pretty good oftentimes. They did manage to mitigate it last time around as Pyoshik gets the ultimate off as they throw in the Glacial Prison. So no junglers with ultimates right now. Perfect and Chovy are fighting as Mum comes down, splits the team fight. Hayes gets sneezed on and it hurts him so much as BDD throwing out these Qs. And man, now that evolution has come in, that the big one giving it that splash damage, and it'll only get worse as this game goes on.
Yeah, you get to 225 so fast here. BDD gets low.
Yeah, and there is the slicing maelstrom. BDD going to be taken out. Keen will be traded as Pyoshik looks to get out of there. It's a 1-for-1, but a turret as well for Gen.G. They're trading up.
Yeah, they are trading
also
up.
very, very close to being picked up as Perfect. This could be an overextension. The rest of his teammates are coming down. That's a teleport to come in as now slicing Maelstrom onto the Gnar, and I think he is just dead. Does flash. Glacial Prison comes in, just barely misses, but Chovy has a rocket for him, and that is a dead prehistoric Yordle.
You could see the moment where he realized, and I think it was just before the TP show. It might have been
not
the TP
there,
but consider that, you know, if they do try to contest for Baron, he could TP.
All right, Pyoshik's going in. He wants to find an angle. There's the Nature's Grasp. Mum comes down, doesn't do a whole lot as the Glacial Prison is a fadeaway, but Deft is going to pick Beryl up. And Beryl wants to find Canyon. Arrow now down. Fate's Call now down. And there is no Nature's Grasp as well. Now the teleport's going to come in and Gen.G. It's time for their salvo. They've just got so much more in the chamber for this next fight. And KT know it. They're going to use the Flying Dragon here to come out as Keen looks for it. Twisted Advance comes in. He's tanking the turret and he just goes down. Beryl's going to lock it up. And Keen waited so long for that play.
And he didn't go for the ward in the mid lane, which would have given him the space to actually, I think, stop KT from getting out of their jungle there. He took the safer route, but that meant that he had to really hard force there if he wanted to get the engagement. Perhaps just don't hard force. Just take your W in terms of positioning on Baron. Now he's down Flash and Ultimate here, as well as his teleport. And BDD is scaling, man. He's getting stronger. He's level 16 here. Look at the damage.
Yeah.
You can feel the desperation out of Gen.G and Keen in that failed play as they feel like they're running out of time.
Well, KT, they might do the KT thing and just start up Baron. That is precisely what they're going to do. There is a Canyon alive. Chovy down to about 50% here as there are volleys flying in. Pays looking for some of that poke damage, and so is Chovy. These rockets starting to hurt. Aqua Prison doesn't land, but the Baron just goes to KT, and they'll exit. Stage left, crush over the wall from Perfect. Yeah, that would certainly be that. So we're not going to allude to that one.
Hey, we didn't have to explain that replay because we talked about it before. Ult here.
Glacial Prison once again, but it's once again soaked by Pyoshik. Mom gets the big value, and that's a wallop. And that is just cat food. The Nami's not doing it this time around as Keen's going to get breathed on. BDD not touched in this fight. And KT, they wipe down 3. They taken in a turret. Less and less. That Infinity Edge, that may matter.
Yeah, so it's not quite a package, but it feels like, you know, Amazon finally delivered on that one.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, Mom comes down, splits the fight. Lehens and Pays basically out of it. From that point, another ultimate going to be traded here, but the inner turret is going to fall down. And it is incidental Qs from BDD, getting Lehens completely out of there. And then we start making, you know, the same excuses that Chronicler did in the debate. It's like they just abused a broken Smolder. As now Pays, yeah, he's going to agree with us on that one, but Mom is going to go wide completely. She was given the wrong coordinates, turned up the wrong school, but it doesn't matter because these Qs are just burning them down. This is the arrow connecting. They had to eat the McHale's onto Canyon, and Pays in trouble. Perfect. I don't know about that wallop, but we might be able to find an ulti here as they get into the choke point. They all stand behind Canyon, and he is delivered. The execution from BDD, and that will take down the Sejuani, and Keen couldn't find a way in. Either for Gen.G or for KT, and this is a lot of responsibilities. That is Keen needing to be McHale's himself. The Nature's Grasp comes down. Mom gets mad at Lehens. And he also takes a pierce here from Deft as well, but doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, not ideal here for KT. Those are some of their best tools actually just tossed into the bin. Gen.G handled it well. Canyon going in.
Yeah, he is obsessed with hitting Pyoshik with these ultimates. I don't know whether it's working because BDD's putting himself as a big target. Chovy's going to go down. He just gets Brambly smashed towards the team and eliminated. Pace, no health bar. Lehens, he has to go back. The base might be broken right here.
I mean, it looks very likely. Baron is up, but KT have their eyes on this inhibitor without it. And with Canyon, no ult, no way to punish. Keen, he's got flash and ult. Maybe he could try to make a play on Perfect, but then you won't have that ult for the Baron.
But the inhib.
Oh, how much health? Somebody click on that. Get the Baron off of the play regardless. And KT are living up to their peak from so far away. It's almost guaranteed they should be able to get this inhibitor.
Yeah, Arrow is going to soar through, but doesn't exactly find anyone.
Checking their flanks, making sure there's no teleport ward. Look at all the control wards. KT doing their due diligence here to make sure Keen has no angle of attack.
Well, Mom is going to come down once again. She's just zoning. We'll get them out of there, and with the Baron, KT might be able to land this one. The ulti not going to land, though, from Canyon. So that's going to mean that KT should be able to get 2 inhibitors off the back of this one. Getting closer and closer to victory, but still, at this point, it's close to 40 minutes into the game.
There are some flank wards now here. KT need to be careful.
Yeah, the back considered here by BDD. Wanting to stick around just in case. KT, I think, need to do everything as a unit, and they absolutely need their Smolder around as Perfect. That was a little bit dangerous, that movement, but the Nature's Grasp does come on through. Great Mikhails, and it's Yoshi that's taking a lot of the damage. Good flash out there from Lehens. He could have been the pickoff, but now it's the teleport flank from the cannon, and he's going to get in there. Oh my god, but they just destroy him, and it's Perfect that turns the engage on its head. Deft is dashing into everyone, but he's got a GA, and the Bramble Smash comes down. Chovy lying on the floor, and we've made fun of Deft for flashing in the past. This time, he's the one laughing as KT will once again ruin Gen.G's perfect season.
No perfect season for you, and it just feels like even though no one would say it out loud, we all believed it could be possible. KT with a 2-1 win. He made a huge play there to defend against the follow-up, and man, it was not Canyon series. I think we have to kind of admit that, but it was KT's, and this team as a 5-man unit, the family vibes, no family snapshot at the end, barrel doubling depth damage.